So I guess let's start with introducing yourself.
Yeah,
first.
Rapper and hip hop journalist Numoon, originally from Allentown, Pennsylvania. I've lived everywhere, and now I've been here in Philly for 2 years, and we're here at Rec Philly.
Cool, awesome. So what's the name of your project that you're working on, and what's the concept?
Yeah, so last Friday I released to all streaming platforms an EP called Rappers Don't Smile. This is a 5-song EP with a title that comes from a rapper that I saw way back in the day, and he was battling, and he was a really gritty dude, very stocky, muscular dude. And in an interview, he said, "I don't get why rappers take themselves so seriously. They don't smile enough," which stuck with me forever, especially as I learned more about hypermasculinity. I always thought being cool was cheesy, but also, like, as a male, the idea that that's how you have to act. And to build on that, like the EP is really like, it's a roller coaster of emotions and like fun, and then some difficult time storytelling that basically shows like I've seen some really dark stuff, and I can still smile through it, and this is how I do, and I have fun, and I go through ups and downs, and yeah.
Cool. So, what's the process like working on that?
So, each song is usually separate, although sometimes I'll know which one will go in the front or the back. My writing process is a little toxic, most musicians would think, because I'll be listening to another song with another beat that I have no right to be using, and I don't. And that's where I start writing it. That's where I get the idea. That's where I get the name sometimes. That's where I'll write a whole verse, and then I'll have to stop myself because I'm like, wait, this isn't going to fit on a beat that I can actually get. So I usually have to backtrack, write something in a Google Doc. And fortunately, I've been working with some producers that just have such a vast library that we figure something out. And just find a great way. And sometimes the good thing is if I get patient, stop myself, listen to that new beat, we'll take it to a whole nother level and bring like a second part to that idea, make it all full circle. So
what was I know you said that it's kind of a emotional roller coaster, and there's like different aspects of like your life and things, but what were some like inspirations for some of the songs, if you want to name like some specific ones?
There's only really one that's like, well, two that are out of character for me. They're new because I've done a lot more boom bap stuff, but here I really address some other sounds. Like there's a drill song that's called Him Swayze, which is just something that was silly. I was like, what rhymes with Slim Shady and has nothing to do with Slim Shady, but whatever. That's what people call me growing up. Him Swayze is like an old school slang term for just like disappearing, getting ghosts on someone, and that's on a drill beat, and that's really about nothing in particular. It's just braggadocious rap, having fun, and I don't know. I had a song in the back of my head that was called Villain Mode for years, and I was just imagining what it would look like if I was like shouting into a camera, just having fun, and it was moving everywhere. And then I heard this drill beat from this producer, Digital Crates, and I was like, this just goes together in a fun way. And I do love rapping fast. I love rapping over the beat, even if it's not something usual. And then the second song that I'm really excited about, that's something new, it's more like rock energy. It's called Blood Moon. I wrote that in my head in a drive-through after the gym, so you have the pre-workout and the head's like just somewhere else. But I really fell in love with that kind of energy, and I want to do more stuff like that.
Cool. Yeah, that actually brings me to my next question. What was your favorite song on the project?
Man, well, if I said like my favorite, that would probably be the favorite. The Blood Moon, that song is this definitely what I want to be the single, and what I want people to hear first. The intro has an interesting story. The intro is called Philly Snap, and they're all very personal, but that one really hits me because I met the producer here. His name was Joe Brona, and I met him here when I first moved here 2 years ago. I said, hey, what's up? And later he sent me a couple beats. And I said, oh, these are cool. And then I wrote something in my head. I was going through a really hard time in life. My mother was just diagnosed with cancer. A lot of housing issues for me. So I just walked. I walked for a few miles south on Broad Street in December, and was just thinking to that beat. And I wrote most of it. But then I forgot about it for 2 years. Life just happened. And then right around when I came to write this, I was like, hey, you still good on this? I could use this. And one of the main lines in it is when my mama got that cancer, I just snapped like EBT. I don't know if that's actually a nationwide thing, but EBT is like a food stamp card, at least in Pennsylvania. So I called it Philly Snaps because it's just like me snapping in my head, walking through Philly, and the beat's really chilling. I mean, so, yeah.
And favorite beat would be, so would that be your favorite beat, or is there another one that stands out?
I don't know. It would probably be the last song I chose. It's not an outro, but the last song, which is called Fever Dream, because I think it evokes what I'm trying to portray. Because on that song, I'm really talking about how long I've enjoyed rapping, what shoulda, coulda, woulda's done with it, and maybe it was all metaphorically a dream that never really happened. And that beat's really dreamy, but it's also real good for storytelling. So I think I like that one. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So what's next?
I'm always writing and working on music, especially with some producers that I met here, and of course promoting the book I wrote. But music-wise, I'm actually trying to push myself to kind of savor this moment. It just came out a week ago, and sometimes I really struggle with finding joy in something that I put work into. So that's what I'm trying to push myself to do. Also, just to promote it, because that's important too, and hopefully find some performance opportunities, and yeah, hopefully to get people who enjoy it, see what they enjoy the most out of it, do some analysis there, and yeah, and create more.